A Green Bay man is accused of slamming his autistic son repeatedly into the ground. 32-year-old Percy Myrick was charged yesterday with felony child abuse, intentionally caused harm, plus battery and disorderly conduct. Prosecutors say Myrick became physical with his 10-year-old son, who has a variety of disorders, on Wednesday afternoon during a visit in Bellevue. Deputies say when the boy missed taking his medications, he became agitated and threw a dumbbell at Myrick, who then grabbed him by the neck and slammed him multiple times to the ground. A criminal complaint says the boy was visibly injured, having redness around the neck, scratches on the shoulders, chest area, and a puncture to the upper lip.